Hi friends, thank you so much for coming back to craft with me today, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Alyssa, and today we're going to make this album out of a file folder. So I'm just going to jump right into it and show you what we're going to be making today. This is just a 4x6 album, and I titled mine Happy Little Moments there. Added some flowers to the cover. And by the way, I used the Sunny Days paper pad by Park Lane, so this is going to be very summery. But when you open it, there are going to be pockets galore. So this pocket here, I just stuck a journaling card that I made. I love this sticker. It says Magic Day. And then over here, I have a little bicycle and a butterfly or a moth, whatever this is. And a journaling card that says enjoy the ride. So they kind of go together, those bikes. And then this album also has some flip out pages. So this part flips out. And I just have this paper here for writing. I thought this was perfect writing space. Love this little ice cream cone in the corner too. And then just another pocket in the middle. So I just put this card in there. I really didn't have to decorate it because all of the pretty prints were the decorative pieces. So there's that card. And then over here, I just have a side pocket. Another journaling card is stuck in there. Happy day. And then over here, I did the same paper for some writing space. Added some suitcases here because it just reminded me of like summer traveling. And then over here, I have this banner. Let's roll. I love this with the roller skate. And I just washi taped that on because I think maybe I'll put an actual photo here, but I'm not sure yet. So for now, I just put this. And then this is the last little flip out page. So here I have double pockets on this page. I've got a journaling card and another one here. It says, let the journey begin. And then just my last little pocket here, I added a label to and an extra little tag that I'm going to decorate and journal on the back as I go. So just a fun little album full of pockets, the flip out pages that we all like, and it's made from one file folder. So go ahead and grab a file folder and some extra paper and we can create one of these together. So today I'm going to be using this yellow file folder from the Dollar Tree. And the file folder I used for my first one was also from the Dollar Tree. It was just this plain one. But I also had this pack where the yellow one came from. And this one that I'm using is about 11 3/4 of an inch wide this way by 9.5 tall, including the little tab there. Just for reference, because I know all file folders are a little bit different, but that's the size that I'm going to be using today. So what we're going to do first is hold this at this 9.5 inch side. So just kind of line up all the straight edges on your scoreboard. And then we're going to score just at 6. So right here, all the way down. And you just want to do that a few times since we're going through 2 layers here. And then we're going to turn our file folder to the 11 3/4 inch side. And over here, so now my tab is at the bottom, like that. So here we're going to score at 3 3/4 and 7 3/4. So 3 3/4 all the way down. Again, just do it a few times and then 7 3/4. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. So we're going to have these two panels, which are going to be the same size. And this one here is going to be slightly smaller. So this was 3 3/4 of an inch across. So I'm just going to put my sticky over here to indicate that this is my smaller panel, because we're going to be cutting our file folder and you just want to keep that panel in mind. So basically we're just going to open up our whole entire file folder. I have very limited space on my desk, so I'm trying my best to show you what to do next, but I'm basically going to cut along this line here. So the crease that was already there for me from the original file folder. We're just going to start here at the smaller panel. So that's why I kind of marked it with my sticky there. But we're going to start there at that end and just cut right along the fold here. And you're going to keep going until you've reached this intersection pretty much. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to just remove the sticky now, and I'm going to fold my file folder back up to its original position. I'm going to hold it this way, however, because these little sections down here, we're going to fold up. Those are going to create our little pockets. And then I'm going to flip this over to the back here and just fold up these bottom panels now over onto this side. So pockets, flip it over, and I've got pockets over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open my pockets again, and we're going to fold these score lines because I feel like it's just easier to open this part up and fold it first. So basically we're just going to fold this score line over this way. The next score line's going the same way. Okay. And now I'm going to just bring my pockets back up. And again, just fold everything in the same direction going this way. Next, I'm going to flip this over to the other side and just do the same thing. I'm going to open up my pockets once again. And this score line over here, we're going to fold this way. And again, the next score line over, we're going to fold the same way. Okay, and then we can open it up and just bring our pockets back up. And I personally just feel like it folds easier that way. But everything just gets folded back on top of each other. And then you are left with a 4x6 album. So it's going to open up like this. This middle part is where I had my side pocket. And then there's our other flip out page in the back pockets. And that's the back cover. So if you have single-sided 6x6 paper, that would be perfect to use in this project to cover up the folder here. So I think I'm just going to try to use up this paper pad from Joann's. It has like all these citrus fruits and everything. But first what I'm going to do is just glue this panel shut where we have the side pocket, just to get that out of the way. So pretty much there's a part here at the bottom that opens up like this. So I'm just going to glue, obviously, the side and then the bottom. And just close that up. Okay, and now, so you have options with the pockets, of course. You can cut little slits if you want to, just to make it easier to close up if you're having trouble with that. If you don't want a pocket, you could just, for example, cut out this whole piece here and then do a double pocket on another page, or just not use that piece at all. So at least for my first one, I just cut a slit here into these pockets. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm just cutting where the pockets are. And then you could also just flip this over to the other side and have a pocket on this panel instead, which I think is what I did with my first one. So I might just do something like that. And then I'll have pockets here. I am going to have to trim off some of the edges probably, but let's go to these pockets. What did I do here? I think here I cut off this piece completely. So I'm just going to do that again. So I cut my slit there, and then I'm just going to cut along the bottom part too. Let me do it this way because I can't really see the other way. Okay, so this piece I cut off from there, and then I did like a double pocket in the middle. Obviously, so this panel is going to be smaller, so you could do a double pocket here, just cut off the excess. But you know, you can play around with the placement of things, and you don't even need pockets if you don't want them. But I'll probably do a double pocket here on this panel again. And now I'm just going to cover up this whole entire album. So I'm going to just cover up a little bit of it with you guys and probably finish it off camera, because these kinds of projects do take a bit, at least for me, just because you have to cover everything up, and then I want to create cards and things to put inside the pockets. Maybe I'll do the lemons for my cover. So like I said, this is perfect for 6x6 paper because you can just obviously cut your papers down since this is 6 inches tall. What I did was I just cut my paper down to 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And so those would be perfect little fits for the covers, and then for the backgrounds too, even of like these two panels. Remember, our little flip out page here is a little bit smaller. So, and then really, like, you'll just have to measure your pockets. Since every file folder is different, you'll just have to cut out your own size that's specific to your file folder. But let's just go ahead and glue this piece on. And then, I mean, you don't even have to cover up the backgrounds here, especially if you have a colored file folder or something. I mean, even with the regular file folder, you don't even have to cover up the backgrounds. I feel like it's a good neutral background anyway. So maybe if you want to save some time there, you can just leave your backgrounds blank. I guess I'll take this sheet next, and I'm going to cover up my pocket here. So I'm just going to measure that out. Again, this panel is 3 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'll want to cut my paper down to 3.5 inches wide. And then my pocket here is 3 inches tall. So I want to cut it to 2 3/4 of an inch tall. So you kind of just have to measure it out like that. So there we have that piece. And when I glue it on, again, this one will have the border around it. If you have some funky edges, what I do is I'm just going to shift this, my scrapbook paper, right to the corner. And then I'm going to flip this over. And I mean, you could just cut along the edge here, but I'm just going to give myself a little line and use that as my guide as to where I need to cut this. Now when we put this on, it'll have the same sort of edging and it'll look nice and pretty. And that's how I'm going to do it for the rest of the album. You could also ink up around everything if you want, if that's the kind of look you like. Maybe I will leave my backgrounds blank. So I'm just going to glue this pocket down. On both sides there. And I'm going to continue doing this, and I will probably come back and show you the final result once I'm all set. But at least you have like the basic layout of the album, and you can decorate it and make it your own. So I will be right back with the final result of mine. So here's the finished result of mine. I have breath of fresh air and some extra little lemons because I just feel like lemons are so refreshing, and I felt like that sentiment went well with it. And then when you open it up, again, I have my pocket here. So I just made this card. It says she believed she could, so she did. And then this pocket over here, I added some flowers too. And I put this tag inside. It has a twine bow that I just glued to the top there. And it says just for fun down below. And we've got the flip out page. This was just from a little list pad, and I just glued this here for some writing space. Here's my other pocket with another little journaling card and some lemons in the background and in the corner there. And by the way, when I glued these pockets down, I just glued this side and this side. I left the middle part here, or the crease at least, open. But you can close that up too if you want. Anyway, moving on to my side pocket here. I've got another journaling card, same kind of thing with this extra sheet for writing. And there's a peach there on the side. And I like how it kind of pokes out there along with the flowers when you close the whole album. And then I have another sheet here for writing, a little journaling card with a flower. We'll flip that open, and then I've got my two double pockets. So I just added some oranges here to decorate and a little ephemera piece. And there's another one in here as well. And I have this little tag, which you can open up and write inside. And then my last pocket here, I just made this little card, Love Lives Here. And it's in this cute little frame. And you can see I left my backgrounds with the yellow. I did not cover those up, so that kind of saved me some time as well. But that's everything for this album, and there's the back. So I really enjoy making things from file folders. I have a whole playlist of videos where I create things with file folders, and I will link that down below if you're interested. But I hope that you enjoyed this project today, so don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more crafty fun and inspiration, and leave me a comment down below. I'll see you all very soon, so happy crafting and huge hugs to all of you.